this match. Okay, and there we are live back at Mount Smart number 2. Oh, and great regather. Here we go, winding it up from the back gate. Boom. Another big hit. Yep. Richmond grinding it out now inside the 20. There's a couple of big contacts.
Look at Papakura looking to make a statement early with the line speed. Up very quickly. Need to suffocate this Richmond side and trap them down inside their half. They're doing a good job of it so far. The two bookends that time, Peters and Butler. And they get to the kick via Puckle. It's a good kick as well. Brought back by Tupea though, and brought back fiercely.
Yeah, good carry.
Gets them back to halfway straight away. It was a poor kick chase from Richmond. Rota to Peters. Peters plays short to Reed. Hilda Peters, she spent the whole half time getting treatment. Remains to be seen if she'll get through it, although she is running unhindered by the look of it. Butler with a good carry. And a quick play of the ball as well. Chance here for Papakura. First set of the second half. Rota jumps out. Takes him to the 10. Last play now for the Seagulls. Totari looks to the heavens. It's going to drop in an awkward position here, and it's, I think, been spilled by Peters. Knock on by Papakura is the rule, and we'll come back and Richmond will have their hands back on the football. 2 minutes gone in the second half, and Papakura fast out of the gate so far.
So Richmond having to roll their sleeves up again and basically get carried back to where that play the ball started. So nice little settle there. Bit of a wrestle. Richmond just one off the ruck at the moment. And finally, you know, get to nab maybe a couple of metres here so far.
This is Papali'i. Goes wide to Amber Hall. 5 short of halfway now, Richmond. Woodman back in field. Links with Hale. Last play coming up. Papali'i goes out the back, finds Puckle. Another good kick. Though this one will find Papakura on the full. Nice run from Tupea out of dummy half. Alexis Thompson from dummy half now. Chews off a few metres, but then is set upon by Woodman and Hale. Rota. And dropped ball.
Just after getting a little bit of a platform together. That one goes astray. Slow into the scrums.
Yeah, all good. On there, hold there. Hold there. Yeah, you're good.
Yep, that's going to put a hit in. Here we go.
Woodman. It's back to the inside links with Lani Latour-Williams. Amber Hall. Takes him up over halfway now, Richmond. 4.5 gone in the second half. It is the Roses who lead by 4.
Yeah, good.
Latour-Williams. 3 in the tackle from Papakura. Good work that time. They've done very well today. They've got their numbers defensively. Papali'i clears the ruck and then goes to Puka. That's charged down now. This should be play on.
Oh,
knock on the second
Yeah.
attempt.
And look, for mine, I know it's easy while we sit up here in our little golden tower. Maybe it would have been easier just to drop down on the ball rather than trying to pick it up on the flight. Richmond now back in control.
Woodman palming off a couple, but Gardner comes back for a second time and gets her. Lorena Papali'i, of course, the mother of Isaiah Papali'i, young star for the Vodafone Warriors, enjoying another good season as the starting edge back rower for the club this year. Such a talent, of course, Oceania weightlifting champion for his age as well. And you can see where it comes from because Lorena is every bit the professional in what she does, works so hard, particularly in her rehab and recovery. Poko now goes to the line and is taking the ground 20 out from the line. This is last play. And Papali'i gets pressured at dummy half. It goes to Hale and then to Woodman. And Woodman just stabs a kick in behind. A difficult one to pick up, but it's done so nicely by Alexis Thompson, who then will be hit to ground under the weight of Vi and Woodman. And she's only 9 metres off the line. This is a big set here for Papakura. Woodman's reeled away from the tackle there. She's got a hand up.
Something's not right there.
And the Papakura player wasn't looking the best either, Alexis Thompson. So time off here. There's a couple of things going on here. I think Woodman and Thompson may well have picked up injuries. So as we break for the injured players, time is off. And Troy, it's been wonderful, I guess, to be part of the development of women's rugby league over the last couple of years and through the Farrelly Photos women's competition. And great to see these girls now given a chance at, I guess, semi-professional rugby league via the NRL women's competition.
Yeah, and how exciting is that, to be able to, see some of those really prestigious NRL clubs and being able to roll out, a roster the way that they do. Outside of the Warriors, really impressed with the Broncos setup last year. My favourite girl player, going to have to help me now.
Tuila?
Yeah, Tuila. If you're out there, Tuila, all right, God bless you, and looking forward to seeing you go around for this season. And I think St George will be, a surprise package this year.
Look like being one of the leading contenders, and of course Tuila Fotumoala, the sort of star marquee signing of that, and a couple of other Kiwi girls as well. So certainly a pretty impressive roster that they have put together thus far.
Onietta Schwalger, big shout out to her. A good mate of mine who used to go to school with her cousin, I think may have just finished up with playing for St George, and wishing her all the best with her career, as I think she's playing in the minor grades now, the lower grades over there in Australia.
One thing that was great to see in that competition last year was that Broncos team was packed with Kiwi talent, and particularly Auckland talent, and they were the best players in that squad. Kamira Onati winning the player of the match in the grand final. So yet another string to the Auckland bow.
Might be a new hashtag there I can dream up for Savannah and the crew. Hashtag Auckland legit. No, maybe not.
I think
okay, well, I've given
might
it
leave
my best
that
shot.
to someone more qualified.
I'll tweet
You'd probably
myself.
spell it wrong.
I'll tweet myself. All right. You little Instagrammers, here we go.
The things we talk about in long stoppages. We wait for the resumption of play, and now it's Georgia Hale getting a bit of attention on the field as well. So busted bodies everywhere.
I'll put the guitar away and play on.
Rota jumps out and gets us back underway. 6.5 gone, no score in the second half. It's the Roses sitting on the slimmest of leads. Tyler Reid taking the ground. She's got hold of Amber Hall's jersey, perhaps trying to milk the penalty that time. And now the rain's starting to pelt down here at number 2. Last play. Well, we've seen far too much of that today. Both teams guilty at times of being caught on last play. And handover now to Richmond, just short of halfway.
Attracted a number of defenders.
Papali'i to Amber Hall. Amber Hall gets rid of Rota originally and then tried to
she went to it,
offload,
yeah.
but the ball is dropped, so knock-ons each way, and now Papakura back on the ball, and Totally goes on a run down the right. Goes up over halfway, dragging Nikki Tato along for the ride.
Yes, that's good. Well done.
Papakura now, and a penalty to help. Bartlett, I think it was, who was ruled to have infringed. I think she knew it as well. So Wera Kohu will kick for touch. Good kick as well.
Yeah, just a couple of crazy little mistakes there by the Richmond Roses. Well, mistakes. Probably a little bit of frustration, to be fair.
So Rota gets us back underway, and Butler says, come here. Bang, over the top of Tato. 11 out. Wera Kohu through the middle. This will be a test of the Richmond line. Georgia Hale that time leading the charge on contact. Rota to Butler. Taken down smack bam in front of the uprights. Options left and right now for Papakura. Gardner to Pyre on her shoulder. To Pyre over the top, but the scramble's great from Richmond. Oh,
Great tee.
superb. Textbook stuff. Jess Diamond made a really good read, and then once the contact was made, the help came. That has been an enduring theme of this game and this season for that. Richmond have the best defence in the competition, got the best attack as well, and have just kept showing up today. That time looked likely for a moment there for Papakura, but Roses get across and kill off the threat.
Yeah, Richmond have been absolutely resolute on their line, and they've needed to be, because they've been on the line on a number of occasions and have just been, you know, repelling Papakura time and time and time again.
So Richmond now tasked with rucking it out, and look at the enthusiasm defensively from Papakura. It's great to see Papakura back in this comp as well. Of course, they sat out last year and back with a vengeance this year, really, under the guidership of Laura Mariu.
Just hearing in the background, 29 minutes to go at 4-0. So the clock will start playing into this game. So it starts to wear down.
Papali'i looks one wide. Leaves Amber Hall with a bit of a job to do, breaking through a couple of Papakura defenders before taking the tackle. Poko now kicks across the body, and that's gone hardly anywhere forward. Bartlett's claimed it, but is in big trouble. Out over the sideline.
Yeah.
Well, that set did not go to plan for Richmond. The kick looked like it caught the wind, really, didn't it? It was across the body anyway.
Yeah, it really went across the face of the park, and Butler just, you know, caught it. Next thing she knew, she was going backwards by the metre, and then found herself over touch. Here comes Papakura.
So Atawhai Tupea, the former Kiwi Ferns and Counties Manukau star winger, playing at fullback these days and doing a good job of it so far. This is Kat Wera Kohu, who's been ever present today in the middle of the park. Might have picked up a knock on that one though. Butler spots up and looked to go through, but Tamarua up to task and straight on her. 10 out from the line now. What can Papakura do? They've had so much possession down here, have not managed to come away with a result. They've got something different in the bag. I'm just not sure you're going to find a way through the middle of this Richmond side. They've been so strong. Tautari. Look at that again, though. They're just in sync defensively. Last play coming up now. Tautari is the dummy half. That's her on the ball now, and she burrows, but that will be where it ends. And once again,
Not enterprising enough, is it? Just haven't been able to split this Rose's defensive effort.
look at this though.
Yeah, Kira storming.
Up on them, and maybe it's on the defensive side where they find a game-changing play. Richmond, in the meantime, grit the teeth, try and get out of their own end. That's good contact from Kirimeti and Kakao. Good carry. I think it's Amber Hall.
Oh, all day.
Tamaroa, the try scorer, the only try scorer of the game thus far. This might be one for the record books as well. We could be on track for the lowest scoring women's Premiership Grand Final ever as the ball is spilt. Put down by Latoa Williams. We blame the conditions for that one.
Come back. Thank you. Ready, here.
Yeah, already. Halfback's ready too. Wondering what the call was. Here we go.
So Gardner feeds, and they head straight out to the right edge via Atawhai Tupaia. Peters chopped down. That's a brilliant tackle from Lossie Murphy, former Auckland Rugby Sevens and Auckland Storm player. Only 20 years of age. She's showing a lot of promise at fullback. Peters goes to Sister and then links up with Kirimeti at the end of it. They're 5 out from the line here. Gardner. Out to the left they go, and there it is! Papakura locked the game up, and it is Kelly Tupaia in the far left corner. They searched and searched and searched, and finally a result which ties this ball game up. Kick to come.
So we see on the Farrelly Photos action replay here, just relentless pressure, wave after wave. And now shifting to the left-hand side, had an option there to drop it back on the inside, chose to go to the left-hand edge. And the big centre really just split the two defenders there. And 4 points in on the corner. And now we have a ball game on our hands. How important is this kick?
Number 4, Kelly Tupaia, scores that try for the Papakura sisters.
There's a wee bit of a hush now around the stadium. Not a bad kick. Has it got the legs? It is. 2 points. Oh. And slowly trundling back. Happy with that one. Don't know
Wow.
if you heard a foot, heard a leg. But no, there's a tie 5. Nothing heard here.
What a play.
Nothing going on here but the rent. Fabulous kick.
Papakura leading Richmond 6 points to 4.
Now, for all those that have the memory to the flashback of last year with kicks and conversions and 2 points,
Oh, don't do it.
yeah, it's now time for the Roses.
So back we go. Papakura scoop it up, and oh, what a carry! Tyler Reid through the heart. Lossie Murphy with a courageous tackle down low. Rota now on a quick play of the ball, then hands it off to her second rower. That's Kakao. They're 40 metres out from the line. It's all going Papakura's way right now. They want more points. 3 short of the hour mark. Kirimeti gets rushed and is bumped to ground, about 40 out from the line now.
Big metres gained here. Yeah, something's not right
Yeah.
there.
she's gone. Weta Kohu,
Yep.
time off. That'll be the end of her day, you would think. She tried to run it off, but there's something seriously not right there.
It happened from the kick too, I believe. Now, this is probably a fortuitous break here, because all of a sudden, you know, you might have been thinking I'd been joking about the 2 points back to last year's grand final. All of a sudden now Richmond's got to snap on. They've got to get back into it. They've got to shake off what's just taken place and get back into this game.
So Weta Kohu getting some attention, and I just wonder if it was maybe the Achilles or a calf, whatever it was that stopped her on her run.
Yeah, she was gingerly running back after the kick had taken place.
So
And,
she may be going to play on here.
Yeah, well, grand final. You're amazing what you want to do when you broken Achilles, snapped collarbone, and compound fracture with Stan.
Not much fun at work tomorrow, though. Ball goes high, and pressure on for Muffy, who takes it beautifully, as she has done all day, and then gets swamped by the chase from Papakura.
Yeah, Kura certainly have lifted now, playing with different tempo.
And you're quite right, the Roses have to go with them, and they have to go with them now. This will help. Penalty. In the background, it looks like Tato for Richmond as well may have picked up a knock, is struggling. So big set here. They don't need points, but they need something positive just to try and temper the little comeback that Papakura are putting on right now. They've taken the lead and momentum is on their side. Couple of big carries. Look no further than Amber Hall. Netanua Sala won't hurt either. Good work. Takes him up to halfway. Gets to a quick play the ball as well. And then to Papali'i, to Woodman with the head strapped to now. And Woodman just about went through. They're 40 out from the line now, Richmond. Plenty of talk going on out there. You can hear it through the ref audio. This is Georgia Hale, and that's a good carry from Georgia. And time off again. We've got someone else down.
Yeah, it's way back off play, Corey. And as all trainers are on at the moment, looks like a Kura player, I think. That's just getting checked out. Well, the Papakura bench is just about empty out there, and everyone's having a look-see. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the action replays for all of the games that you have seen today and yesterday will all be available on www.aucklandleague.co.nz. Make your way through to ARL TV on YouTube.
Time back on. Poko comes in field to Nu'usala. Last play coming up. Terrible pass from Papali'i. Poko does well to get a kick away in the end, and now Richmond bear down on the Papakura player. It's spilt loose. Is that 6 again? Still 5, I think, was the call. Released out the back. They've kept it alive. How have they done that? Gets to Hale. They need to get to a kick. Georgia will do just that. Up over the top of fullback, and this is a brilliant result considering for Richmond. Tupaia has to go low to take it, and then gets set upon by Woodman.
Safe option there. She closed that down.
Look at Woodman hunting from dummy half, looking to make a difference on the defensive side here. Gets a little bit of help that time from Annabelle Hohepa. Oh, good
Great
contact.
D.
Netanua Sala does not miss, ever. Tautari. Oh! Tautari up over the top of Tato. Now, was that bobbled? Yes, it was. Oh, she'd done everything right.
Wow. The referee was right there.
1 hour gone. The Seagulls lead by 2. And it is that stage of the game now where these little things all add up. Drop a ball coming out of yardage. It's not just about what happens next, but the toll that takes on you for the final 20 minutes. All that extra defense you're forced to do, defending errors on your own line. You can see the talk going on from Papakura. Keen to make sure they hold firm here. Here's Hale to Amber Hall, who will be charged with the first carry. Georgia Hale. Papali'i to Hohepa, another of the Auckland Vulcans in this squad. Of course, the Vulcans back off to the National Women's Competition at the end of this month. Keep an eye on aucklandleague.co.nz for squad announcements and updates there. Poko, looping ball over the top to Tamarua, the try scorer from the first half. Crystal will have another go. Tautari involved in the tackle, they bring her down. This is the last play. They're 3 short of the line. Well,
March it back.
Crystal's been a bit cheeky there and stolen a few extra metres. Tato goes left. Poko to Bartlett, but Bartlett gets set upon and bundled into touch. Great defence from Papakura, and namely Cassidy, who was up to task and straight in the face of Maddie Bartlett to get her into touch. 62 minutes gone. It is the Seagulls who lead by 2 here at Mount Smart number 2.
Well, it was extremely close, wasn't it? Not much in that. And they had to get up with rushing defence to try and close that out. You can see the chat's on. So back to defensive effort for the Richmond Roses. And they'll be wanting to keep them down here at this part of the park.
Kirameti shakes out a 1. Tautari. Papali'i. 10 short of the half, and will kick from deep. This is Wela Kohu. Claimed by Diamond on the full. Good work there by Jess Diamond. And then a whole lot of maroon jerseys set upon her.
Richmond need to be a wee bit more intensive now. They need to get back on time and everyone, pushing forward.
They need a burst of energy, don't they? You can just feel it's sort of gone out of them.
Yep. And really slow to get back on side. As we get another big, strong carry here. 3 defenders on. If you want to follow somebody's path, that's not a bad one to follow.
Papali'i. Oh, it's put down by Hohepa.
Look at the body language. Both packs are tied.
Still 15 to go. They've got to find some energy from somewhere, particularly if you're Richmond. And you're right. I did not like what I saw with the body language there after that error. No one really talking, so they need someone to fire up. They've got plenty of leaders in this team.
Yeah, and it's their moment now. Good call, Corey.
Rota to Tupea. Picks him up over halfway. Kura could strike not a killer blow, but certainly a critical one at this point. It's a terrible pass, which is eventually cleaned up, though, by Crystal Butler. They're 45 out from the line as we approach the 65th minute here. Papakura hunting their first title since 2016, 2012 for Richmond. The bridesmaids last year, looking to go one better. Gardner. Rota to Kirameti, who's really coming to her own in the second half. Some good carries. Tautari Dribbles the kick in behind, a tester for Bartlett, who does well, patiently waits for it, and then gets smashed.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Maddie Bartlett, who made her Kiwi Ferns debut in the recent test up against Whetu Samoa. She was part of the squad a couple of years ago, but didn't take the field and then endured a horrid run with injuries. Great to see Maddie back on the park and playing some good football as well. Papali'i. Woodman straightens up now, Chantal Woodman. That's a good run. Poko will kick on fourth. Fullback and winger are up. Goes in behind them all, and
Good
Tupaia will
chase.
pick it up, and Muffy sets upon her. Tupaia does well. Hasn't she been great at fullback? Has not made a mistake today, really, and has had some tricky ones to pick up. This is always a difficult time to be a fullback in conditions like these as they jump out of dummy half now, and here's our first look at Nicole Borthwick. First run for the day. Johnsel Tautari runs it at Hohepa, but straight to ground. Tautari wants a penalty. Referee Miller says nothing in it. Kirameti shifts play on now to Butler. Butler goes through the first one, but not the second, and then Amber Hall arrives to slow it down. We're into the champion minutes now, less than 15 to play. A new winner to be crowned.
Whoa.
Ball loose there.
They
And
swarmed on her.
Richmond back on it, and we'll have a scrum pack down here. There's bodies down everywhere once again, and we'll have time off.
Yeah, I think there was a wee bit of a body contact knock there.
Head clash according to the ref. So 2 players down. So big few minutes coming up for Richmond. A chance here to have a bit of a rest, regather, and you would hope these messages going out just to lift the intensity a little bit here, because right now the way they're playing, completely favouring Papakura.
Absolutely, I think they're they're using the 2 points as part of their dominance. And what are we talking? 10 minutes to go. We're just under 10, and Richmond really need to snap out of it. They need to get their leadership crew is now. They've really got to get the tempo back up. Look, the game's in the balance, and this is it. This is their season, and I'm pretty sure that all of that heartache from last year is still fresh in some of their minds, and they may need to leverage off that as we drive home for the next 9 minutes.
Latour Williams has made her way to the sideline and may be about to re-enter the field for Richmond, and that may be for Neta Nuasala, who looks in a little bit of trouble here down on the ground. That would be a huge blow if she is to leave the field. She'll be one of the keys if they are to get back into this. It was actually her who, from memory, laid the platform for the try, which should have tied the game last year. So Neta Nuasala, a handy weapon to have, and they breathe a sigh of relief as she remains on the field. Papali'i. Poko. Slow play of the ball. Tamarua is the dummy half. They come centre field now, and they're going to move the ball on. Neta. That's a good carry. And nice quick play of the ball as well. That's good stuff. Need more of it. Here's Latour Williams on for her second stint, driving the legs. This is better from the Roses. Looking to get something going here. They trail by 2, just over 10 minutes to play. Amber Hall on a short ball, takes them up over the 40. Last play coming up. The kick will be crucial. Goes out the back to Poko, who will kick from inside the 40. It's a looping one, which will be claimed by Tupaia on the full. It's hit down, but backwards, no drama there. And leading the charge, Woodman and Muffy. Great stuff. Chantal Woodman, I tell you, she has had a couple of big plays in the last few minutes as well. The ultimate competitor. Borthwick gets wrestled to ground by Muffy. Tell you what, whoever wins, it'll be hard to pick a player of the match. There have been some outstanding individual performances today. This is Tyler Reid. And count her part of that group as well. Rota. Into the opposition half with that carry. Gardiner is set centre field. Gets it and then hands to Peters, and Lorena Papali'i does well with the first up contact. They're 40 out from the line. Last play option looming now for Papakura. Out the back it goes, and one, not really a bomb, but put straight down the hands of Muffy, who then brings it back and does nicely with that one as well. I mentioned before, only 20 years of age. She keeps this up and remains in rugby league. I dare say rep jerseys are not too far away for her. Already a rugby union representative for the Auckland Storm and Sevens. The outside backs now coming in looking for a bit of work for Richmond. Tamarua. Totally does well. They're going nowhere, Richmond.
A lot of energy on the Papakura circles. They're certainly up their tempo, haven't they?
Nuasala. Last play now. Messi play the ball. Penalty. Oh, that's huge. They know it as well. Papakura had done so well. They're going to tap and go here. Lorena Papali'i will swerve at the line, but Rota ragdolls her to ground right on halfway. 10 to play, to the gap. Richmond with the work to do. This is Poko. Set up the only Richmond try in the first half with a lovely bit of individual skill, and then found Crystal Tamarua looming in support. Here's Georgia Hale engaging the markers. She had Woodman on her shoulder, not going to use her this time. Right edge they come. Woodman, it's Messi, it's over the top. Diamond dives on it, play on's the call. Richmond live to survive another day on that one. Ruth Vai then will bring play back to the middle of the park. This is Latour Williams. This is a little bit stagnant here from Richmond. Neta Nuasala, there's nothing stagnant about her. 30 out from the line. What's the last play option? Papali'i. Was that forward to Poko? She kicks in behind. The chase is good from Richmond, and they will pin her. 15 out from the line. So another twist in the arm wrestle. Over to you, Papakura. What's your response? Amber Hall.
Sorry, mate. I think their response is they're wanting to complete this set.
Woodman leading the charge. They're 35 off their own line. This is much better from Richmond. In the middle of the park defensively. This is the fourth play, and Papakura now run it out wide. Gardiner is the first receiver, but it's going to be Rota who kicks, and that's a brilliant kick. Crystal Rota showing all of her experience with that play. Muffy has to turn and go back to get it, and then guess who's leading the charge? It's Crystal Rota. Well, the champion players, they rise to the occasion in these moments, and Crystal Rota is just that. Long-time Kiwi Fern, a winner of an Auckland competition last year with Manurewa. She was just about the best player on the field on that day. Lorena Papali'i goes searching for an opportunity out of dummy half and does well to chew off a few metres. Hilda Peters falling off late. This is Poko. Comes back and field to Tamarua, who straightens. 10 short of halfway. Less than 8 to play. Nuasala takes him to halfway. What's the kick like? Poko, they're going to run it. Latour Williams, offload out the back to Muffy. Hang on, something's brewing now. Muffy gets an offload away. Woodman on the ball, it's loose. This is still play on by my count. Still the last play. Amber Hall round the back, and Georgia Hale's knocked on. Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh.
Well, they ran the risk of that when they decided to run it on the last, and it got very, very messy. I thought they were going to get to a kick eventually, but Hale puts it down. It wasn't really George's fault. It was a fairly haphazard bit of play in the lead-up, and advantage back to Papakura now.
Combination of things there, and look, to be fair, I think if Richmond are going to do this, it's going to be against the grain. Both teams defensively have done an outstanding effort today.
Kiramiti takes him forward up into the attacking half.
1 minute 19 to go. That's what you're telling me. There's a time
All right,
check.
well, our clock is well out in that case, so I'm not sure how that's happened, but 1 minute 19, the official count.
There's been a number of stoppages, and that's what the official is. Time from the match manager down on the halfway line.
Out on the full. That's a big play. Big shout out to Gina Tupou as well, the convener for the women's grade, for all her work this year, and a big thank you to all the volunteers involved today and the staff from both teams. Woodman, Hall, Woodman jumps out, taking the ground. Papali'i to Hale, into Poko. Poko will go high. The chase is good from Richmond. Look out, Maddie Bartlett's coming. Maddie Bartlett, oh, it's taken a horrible bounce at the death. A huge moment in the game. If that pops up there, Maddie Bartlett probably scores. Seconds to play, about 10 to go. Barring disaster, Papakura are about to win the Farrelly Photos Women's Premiership. Scrum is fed, they just need to hold the ball and they've got it won. Bumping the ball forward. Rota to Peters.
And viewers, disregard our time clock. Oh, there's a bubble.
Richmond need to get going. Richmond need to get going.
Disregard our time clock. We're running off the match manager's clock line side.
Time check, guys. Back here, back.
Scrum fed. Hale to Poko. Hale. We're having some difficulty getting the official time count. Certainly it was not what was indicated to us. Papali'i. Poko. Nuasala. Huge play coming up. Papali'i to Woodman. Woodman to Amber Hall. Out wide. Papakura get there in numbers. Woodman. Lani Latoa Williams. Papakura holding firm. Our apologies for the confusion around the clock. We're trying to get some clarity on that for you, but in the meantime, Richmond on the attack. They're 10 out from the line. Poko taking the ground. Woodman to Hale. 2 points the difference.
Match manager, time check, please, time check.
Papali'i. Penalty.
7 seconds, 47
And it's going the way
seconds.
of Papakura. 47 seconds to play. A penalty the way of Papakura, I think. Yes, it is. This should be the game. March 10 as well. Well, this might just about be the game here. A year out of the competition, Papakura Seagulls return this year. A roster full of Kiwi Ferns talent, full of NRL women's talent. A mix of experience and some of the best young players going around, and they're now just a couple of players away from a title. The club's first title of the year. Papakura are your 2019 Farrelly Photos Women's Premiership winners. 6 points to 4 over Richmond in a brutal grand final. So hard on Richmond. Back-to-back grand final losses by 2 points. They have been so close the last 2 years, but full credit to this Papakura side. What an effort it was. They trailed 4-0 for much of the first part of the game and early into the second half. And then from there it was a try to Kelly Tupaia and a brilliant sideline conversion from Weda Kohu, which wins them the match. Well done to both teams on a brilliant grand final. A big thank you to our match officials and of course all of the staff involved who made today happen. But what a game, Troy. We couldn't really have asked for too much more out there. It was high quality, and in the end there was nothing in it.
Well, only the conversion kick, to be fair, and 2 points separate the team, separate the Premiership winners. And as you can see, so much joy and adulation with the Papakura Seagulls there. And if we get the chance, we'll have a quick look at the Richmond Roses, and there they are. 2 years of being the bridesmaid at the big dance, and you can see by the body language there that there's a wee bit of hurt in that circle. And I know that there'll be a lot of support, a lot of fans. Gus, the chairman down there at Richmond, his senior exec will be right behind these girls and everything that they've done. And Georgia Hale, hands in. A lot of class there. They'll hold their heads high as they head towards the presentation ceremony. And as the runners-up in the Farrelly Photos Auckland Women in League Premiership. And they'll get ready now to shake hands with the winners this year. Congratulations to the Papakura Seagulls, and there they are, your 2019 champions, as we get ready for the presentation awards and presentation of the cup here down at Mount Smart number 2. It's been a fabulous game. Only 2 points split the teams as you see them now. And these girls know pretty much one another from both club sides. As Corey had mentioned earlier, you know, a number of Kiwi Ferns here, a number of NRL stars, and, you know, fabulous grand final here, sponsored by Farrelly Photos. Papakura Seagulls 6, Richmond Roses 4. And really, only the conversion kick of 2 points separated both teams. Fabulous defensive effort by the Roses today. Yet just not enough as Papakura Seagulls, especially in the last 10 to 15 minutes, started to grow in stature and play with a lot more vigour and energy to get them across the line. And there it is, centre line. There's a number of supporters and family coming on now. Then hats off to the Auckland Rugby League that have managed to get the extended crew of the team on to be able to celebrate this moment with the players, and not just for Papakura Seagulls but also for the Richmond Roses. A number of their supporters will be coming on as well. So, and these are the girls that are either have taken a wee bit of an injury during the season or have not been lucky enough to be selected to come on and play in the grand final. But you can see that there's certainly going to be a couple of green teas tonight as we get ready now, ladies and gentlemen, for the presentations to take place. And the officials are waiting at the halfway mark, along with our major sponsor, Farrelly Photos. And a big thank you to Mike Farrelly, major sponsor of the competition, who's been a stalwart in rugby league for many years now, and who came on and became the official sponsor in last season's efforts for the Women in League. And be twisting his arm to get ready to go around again for 2020 as we get ready now for the presentations to take place. We'll pick up the audio stadium audio, hopefully, once they get that mic on. And we can see a number of the officials down there trying to drag everybody towards the halfway mark.
If we could just get the teams together for the official prize giving. Thank you. On behalf of Rugby League, we'd like to thank everyone for coming out to watch this final, and what a final it was. We'd like to acknowledge our officials here today, Mrs. Evelyn Brooker from Auckland Rugby League Director, and Mr. Mike Farrelly, Managing Director for Farrelly Photos. I'd like to hand over to Evelyn to say a few words.
Ladies and gentlemen, players, referee, and also linesmen and matchmen, thank you all for coming out today. Ladies, put your hands together for your supporters. This game went right onto the wire. I congratulate to both teams. It's a pleasure to watch this game today. I'd like to call on the captain from Richmond, please.
Firstly, we just want to say thank you to our amazing club and all of our supporters, friends and family for coming out today. It's awesome to look up here and see you all supporting, so thank you. Secondly, thank you to Mark, Auckland Rugby League, putting on this event for us. Us ladies just love this game, so we appreciate the opportunity to play. Thank you, Papakura. Every time we've come up against you this season, it's been an awesome game, and yeah, definitely we're the better team out there today. And lastly, to our girls and our staff, thank you so much for all your efforts over the season. All your hard work, it didn't go unnoticed, but in true Richmond style, we'll be back better and stronger from this.
Before we get on
Class
to the
act, Georgia Hale. Well done, love.
We'd like to call on prime and match officials to come forward, please. Referee David Miller. Hands together, come on guys. Our touch judges who have done back-to-back, James Priest, Lau Farrelly, and our match manager is it Gary Williams. Greg Williams? Greg Williams, my apologies. Awesome, thank you. Can we please, Richmond, to please come forward to get your medallions. Thank you.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Runners-up in the Farrelly Photos Premiership for the Women in League here at the ARL are the Richmond Roses. And there you see Mike Farrelly on screen. Just behind him, Evelyn Brooker, as they shake hands with the runners-up for the 2019 season. On screen now, Richmond Roses having their team photo. And just in the foreground there are the champions from Papakura, the Sea Eagles, as they're getting ready to be presented the Premiership Cup, sponsored by Farrelly Photos. Richmond Roses showing all class in the final, and great speech there from Georgia Hale. So now we turn our attention to the winning captain, who's going forward to say a few words here at Mount Smart number 2.
Kia ora everyone. I'd just like to acknowledge all the supporters out there. Kia kua! Woo! Thank you for coming out. I know it's cold, it was raining, but these are all here supporting Women's Rugby League. Secondly, I'd like to acknowledge our club, Papakura. They've been really supportive of us this year, and as you can see, we have a really tight bond here with our sisters from Papakura, so I'd like to just acknowledge the Papakura Rugby League Club. Thank you. Thirdly, I'd like to acknowledge our sponsor, Stampede. The girls know we've never actually had any type of sponsors this year, and Stampede has gone above and beyond for us. So thank you so much, Kerry and your whānau. We love you. Thank you. To you guys, Richmond. We knew it was going to be a hard battle today. It was just who was going to weather that storm. And man, what a great expedition of rugby league today. Women's rugby league, actually. So big ups to you, Richmond. Thank you. To our girls, I'm so proud of you guys. We didn't have a Papakura team last year, sorry. So we gathered together all the old players, and we come back, and we wanted to, our vision was to develop, and I believe we've done that this year, and we will continue to strengthen and grow grassroots rugby league. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. So at this time we'd like to make the presentation of the Cup, the 2019 Farrelly Photos Women's Premiership goes to Papakura.
Fantastic speech there from the winning captains. My apologies, winning captain. Look how happy they are. Your 2019 champions, Papakura Sea Eagles. Yeah.
Thank you.
So photo shoot first. They're doing the big photo before they go to get their medals. And look like they're going to have a couple of photos taken, to be fair. So going through, we see Evelyn Brooker on screen there. Number of medals being handed out. Sporter Mike Farrelly in the background. And your championship team, as we said, for 2019 Papakura Sea Eagles, down here at Mount Smart number 2. All going through. Richmond have just thanked their supporters over on the backside, over on the far side. And there we go now on screen. Papakura Sea Eagles having their team photo on the halfway here at Mount Smart number 2. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you hear the chant "Kura" around the stadium here at Mount Smart number 2, Your champions are for 2019 the Papakura Seagulls. They are the winners of the Farrelly Photos Premiership here, and on behalf of the Auckland Rugby League ARL TV, brought to you live streaming from our live stream partner CTAS. Thank you very much for viewing. All of the action replays will be online tomorrow, and you can get to them through aucklandleague.co.nz on the ARL TV YouTube channel. My name's Troy Hardy, and on behalf of Corey Rosser, thank you for viewing. And don't forget, we're back live again next weekend with the SAS Fox Memorial. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mike Farrelly from Farrelly Photos, major sponsor of the Auckland Rugby League Women in Leagues competition.